It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Time for another episode of the Foolish Show podcast. I am your host, F to the Ish Foolish, representing reality, music, entertainment. Coming to you live once again. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, Reality Music Entertainment. Hope y'all having a great week. Number of positive vibes coming your way. Trying to make it and get to the weekend. So I appreciate everybody that be checking in and tuning in. We live streaming right now on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So let me go ahead and get everything set up, and we gonna get this party started. Y'all know how I do it. I give it to you real, man. I give it to you straight. Ain't no sugarcoating. We just talk about real life stuff. We don't be on here just gossiping, because life is too short. You know what I mean? So let me make sure we live on all these platforms. And we're going to take off, folks. You know, we're going to give you another good podcast because I give it to you real. I try to touch your mind, body, and soul. Give you something you can digest. Make you open up your brain and think. Because, you know, we take life for granted. And we act like we're going to live forever. We got to understand that life is temporary. But death is forever. That's eternity. So we got to watch how we live. But tonight's topic, we're going to talk about having patience. Because that's something that a lot of us don't have. We don't have patience when it comes to a lot of things. When it comes down to relationships, dealing with stuff at your job. A lot of things we do in life, you got to have patience. It takes patience, folks. We want everything right now. We got to understand that God don't work on our time. So sometimes you got to have patience and wait. Wait for your blessings to come. Wait for good things to happen. But that's how we doing it tonight, y'all. Y'all know I give it to you real. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Reality Music Entertainment. We're going to get this show started. Live chat is always open. Vanessa checking in. So tonight's topic, y'all, we're talking about patience. Because a lot of us, we don't have any. You know, when you're dealing with life, we want everything to happen right now. If you start your business, you want your business to take off tomorrow. You want to make it big tomorrow. We want it ASAP. But we got to learn that life don't always work like that. You got to have patience. Shout out to everybody in the live chat, man. Don't be scared to leave your comments. But when you're dealing with life, you got to have patience, folks. Take it one day at a time. Even when you're dating somebody, sometimes you got to have patience. You got to see what you're dealing with. You got to see what kind of person you're talking to. A lot of us, we want it right now. We want everything to happen tomorrow. But everything you do in life, it takes patience. You might have some jobs that you have to interact with people, customers or whatever. And some of them going to get on your nerves. They're going to test you. They're going to get under your skin. But you got to have patience. It takes patience to deal with a lot of things in life, folks. And that's something that a lot of us don't have. We want our blessings right now. We want everything when we want it. But life don't always go that way. Understand that life don't always work like that. Everything we do in life, you got to have patience. if you're dating somebody, if you got your own business, if you're working somewhere, when you out in public, you're shopping, when you get in the line to pay for your stuff, you got to have patience. When you're waiting on service, you got to have patience. So how many of y'all out there really have patience? Most of us don't. We want it right now. We want everything like this. But don't forget, folks, you got to have patience. Everything don't happen like that. T. Cows checking in. Tanya Cows checking in. Did y'all understand what I'm telling you? Everything we want in life, we want it right now. But sometimes things take time, folks. When you're trying to build something, it don't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. When you see these nice, beautiful homes, they weren't built in one day. They weren't built in a week. It might have took a year or two. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? You got to have patience, especially when you want something. A lot of times, everything just don't happen like that. You got to stay at it. You got to stick with it. Whatever you're doing in your life and whatever you're trying to pursue, you can pursue your dreams and just have patience. Understand that it might not happen just like that. Understand that you're going to have to put work into it. Understand that everything takes time. Do y'all hear me? Everything takes time. Even when you're dealing with a person, you got to have patience. You can't just rush and say, come on, I love you. Let's get married. Have some patience and see what you're dealing with. So that's the topic tonight, folks. How many of y'all really got patience? Most of us don't. Most of us, our nerves bad. We can't take it. We want it right now. You're about to lose your mind if you can't have your way right then and there. But you got to have patience, folks. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Even if you're trying to start your own business, you might start from the bottom, and then you might see progression along the way. But if you have patience, you can watch your foundation build right before your eyes if you keep grinding. If you stay focused and keep your eye on the prize, you'll see the rewards. It might not come overnight. It might not come in a week. It might not come in a month. But if you keep at it, if you have some patience, you'll see your reward. Don't be afraid to have patience. Relax. Take it easy. I know you want what you want. I know you want it right now. We all wish we could just snap our fingers and have everything we want. Everybody wish they could just go like this and they rich and all their bills paid and you ain't got no more financial worries. I understand. But life don't work like that. So we got to have patience. Because we never know when our blessings going to come. And when your blessings come, be prepared. Appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. Remember all the bad times. So when the good times come, it'll make you be grateful. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? That's why it's very important to have patience and take it easy. We know you want what you want, but if you're trying to get it, it might take a little time, depending on what it is that you want, what it is that you're chasing. If you want to be a billionaire, they'll tell you it ain't happening overnight. You ask anybody that made it there, they're going to tell you how much stuff they had to go through, how many chances they had to take, how many losses they took. So that's another thing. You got to be able to fall down and take a loss and climb back up and bounce back. Don't get discouraged when things don't go your way. Try to have patience and stay focused on whatever you're doing. Keep your eye on the prize. See, a lot of us, we don't have patience. We think everything's supposed to work how we want it to work. It should come when we want it to come. But we got to realize that God don't work on our time. We don't call the shots. We think we do. We only human beings. So God knows what we need and what we need it, how we need it, and when we need it. That's why they say he on time. He know when you need it the most. That's when he gonna come through. Understand, when you have patience, you sit back and relax. You'll see a lot of things will work out for the better. So when we try to rush into things, that's when things don't happen right. If somebody try to rush and build something real fast, you're going to find a lot of cracks. There's going to be a lot of things off track because they rushed and did it. If you want something good, it takes time and patience to build whatever you're trying to build, to do whatever you're trying to do in life. If you want to be successful, you start from the bottom and you work your way up to get wherever you're trying to go. Just make sure you have patience. It might not be working out for you right now, but that don't mean it ain't gonna never work. That don't mean it ain't gonna never happen for you. It just ain't happening right now. Just like you could be broke right now and don't have nothing, but that means you're gonna always be broke. You could hit the lottery next month. A big check could come in the mail tomorrow. We don't know what the future holds. That's why it's important to have patience. Don't always try to rush into everything. When you're dealing with love, try to have some patience. Know who you're talking to, what kind of person you're dealing with. If you give a person a little time, they'll show you their true colors. If you sit back and let people show their hand, they're going to show it to you. A lot of times, you think the people that really care about you, if you give them a little time and you have patience, you will see their true colors. They'll show you what kind of person they really is. And that's why a lot of times we'll get disappointed because we have high expectations for people and they end up disappointing you. So if you have patience, you'll watch everything fold right before your eyes. Just sit back and pay attention. Observe everything that goes on in front of you. Pay attention to the people you hang around. Pay attention to the one that you with, whoever you date or in a marriage with. Sit back and observe people. Have some patience and watch the truth always come out. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? So it's all about being patient and everything always work itself out. But a lot of times, most of us, we don't have that because I know I'm guilty of that. Especially when I'm driving and it's traffic, I ain't got no kind of patience. I get agitated. I be trying to get to what I'm trying to get to. But then that's how accidents happen. So I have to learn to have some patience. I'm going to get there eventually, wherever I'm trying to go. I got to tell myself, it ain't that serious. Relax. You're going to get to where you're going. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? When dealing and living in life, you got to always have patience. Because we always think everything going to happen for you right now. Right then and there. Right this very second. We want everything. We want it all. But you got to have patience and wait. Sometimes you got to wait your turn. Maybe it just ain't your time yet. It ain't your time for you to receive your blessings. It ain't your time to shine yet. Maybe it's just not your time. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Sometimes you might have to sit back and wait your turn. Maybe it's the next person's turn to get their blessing. Maybe it's their time to shine. So don't get mad at them. Don't try to rain on their parade. Be happy for others. When you see other people get blessings and shining, don't get mad. Don't be jealous. Wish them the best. Be happy for them. Because when good things happen to you, don't you want people to be happy for you? You don't want all that jealousy and hate to come your way. Especially if you get something that you feel like you deserve. So don't hate on the next person and be mad and get in your feelings. Lord, why they get this? Why I ain't got that? Don't compare your life to others. Be thankful for what you have. And if you want more, do what you got to do to try to get it. Get on your grind. Stay focused to where you're trying to get, to whatever you're trying to get to. That's what it's all about. Stay in focus. Don't get distracted. Don't let people talk you out of your dreams or whatever you're trying to do. Even if it's not happening right now. If you have a little patience, you might see it start to grow right before your eyes. Always believe in yourself. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Don't let nobody talk down to you. Tell you that you ain't gonna be nothing or you can't accomplish what you're trying to do. Because misery loves company. Don't let them tear down your dreams because they don't want nothing in life. Or they feel that it ain't possible to them. But you have to believe in your heart that you can achieve and do anything you want to. Just know it's going to take hard work and you got to have patience. And you can get to wherever you're trying to get to. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, folks. But you got to have that tunnel vision. The ones that you see are successful, they stayed true to their grind. And they kept at it. That don't mean it happened overnight. That don't mean they ain't go through stuff. That don't mean they ain't have people hating on them. When you're dealing and trying to do anything, you're going to have people tell you that you can't do it, that you won't do it. But you block all that out and you stay focused on do whatever you're trying to achieve. Sky is always the limit, folks. Don't never put yourself in a box. Always think outside the box. It's a big world out here. You can do whatever you want to do. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your brain. Open up your mind. Expand it. But everything you want in life comes along with patience. Everybody that you see that made it somewhere, they had to have patience because they had to weather the storm first. So it might be sunshine and everything beautiful. But at one point, it was clouds and everything was looking great. They went through the storm. Remember, you got to always go through the storm to get to the sunshine. So you're going to go through things when dealing with life. Everything is not going to go our way. You might not be in a financial place that you want to. You might not have the house that you want. You might not have the car that you want. You might not be living how you want to live. But you're still blessed because you're living. And if you keep grinding and have some patience in what you're doing, it might work out for you. You might get whatever you're trying to get if you stay focused. It ain't no limit to how much you can grind. Everything starts with you. How bad do you want it? So never limit yourself, or don't let nobody talk you out of whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life. Don't fall for it, folks, because misery loves company. Some people just try to tear you down and pull you down because they don't want to prosper. They don't want nothing out of life. They don't want you to be that. Misery loves company, but it can't get mine. I don't want to spend my life on this earth being miserable, always mad, sad, and depressed. I want to be happy and joyful. It don't take material stuff to make me happy. Every day I wake up, I try to be happy because I'm alive. God gave me another day to see something new. So always count your blessings. Remember, ain't nothing guaranteed. Every day you wake up, it's a blessing. Next week, you might not wake up. Next year, you might not be here. So count your blessings. Appreciate everything that God do for you. Don't take it for granted, because he don't owe us nothing. We owe him everything, because he been so good to us. Look around this world. The world's still spinning. Still got oxygen in your lungs. Your heart's still pumping. So you can't tell me God ain't good. So we got to make sure we praise and give him the glory. Never get sidetracked by the devil. The earth is the devil's domain. So he'll trick you and he'll get you distracted because he wants everybody's attention and mind away from God. Don't ever try to live and think that you don't need God in your life. Without God, you don't have nothing. You got to have faith. You got to believe, folks, because you're going to go through things. You're going to be down and out. Something ain't going to go your way. You're going to get bad news. How you going to deal with it if you don't have faith? If you don't have God on your side? You're going to let it break you because you're only a human being. You need that guardian angel on your shoulder. But you got to have patience. We pray for things and then we want it overnight. You pray for things and you want it within the blink of an eye. But God don't work on our time. So sometimes we got to have patience and wait for our blessings to come. And it'll probably come when you need it the most. Are y'all understanding me? So tonight's podcast, we're talking about having patience because it's something you're going to have while you live. Every day, you're going to deal with something that's going to test your patience. Whether you're going out to the grocery store or you're dealing with something at work. Think about it. Your patience will always be tested in some way or another. You might have somebody try you when you walk down the street. People might be on the internet testing your patience, keep jugging at you, keep making posts about you. Your patience will be tested. But we got to take the time and reflect and just breathe. Because a lot of times when we make that split decision, it don't be the right decision. Because we make it out of anger, because we be upset. And a lot of times we don't make the best decisions when we mad. The wrong things come out of our mouth and the wrong actions happen. Sometimes we got to sit back and think about stuff before we just explode. It's a lot of things that's going to test our patience in life. People are going to come at you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to try you. They might try your kids. But you got to have patience. If you're a parent, you know you have to have patience. When you're dealing with kids, it takes a lot of patience. That's why I salute all the teachers and the educators that have to deal with the youth now, because you got to have patience to be in the classroom with the kids. Because the kids now, they'll tell you where to go, how to get there. Disrespectful. So you got to have a lot of patience when you're dealing with kids. When you're dealing with your own kids. A lot of times your kids will get on your nerves. When you're dealing with a little baby ain't going to cry when you say cry and stop all the time when you say stop. So all these things that we deal with in life takes patience. But we want everything just like this right now. Snapping our fingers. I need it right now. Give me that. I want $1 million tomorrow. But life don't work like that, folks. You got to have some patience. But we still live streaming right now, y'all, on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Catch me on Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, on the radio, on the block 105.3.com radio station. You can catch this podcast, man, every Friday, and on socialradio.com. Or you can tune in on live365.com every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, y'all. Don't miss the Foolish Show podcast. Because you know I give it to you real. Just like right now, we're talking about having patience. Because y'all know what I'm talking about. You're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff that's going to test your patience. So you got to have some willpower to be able to control yourself. You got to have some kind of self-control. We can't just snap all the time and explode. Take the time to breathe. Evaluate the situation. And then break it down in a calm manner. See, when we all hyped up and mad, that's when we make all the bad decisions. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? That's how I go. You don't make the best decision when you're upset. Have some patience and some self-control and relax. Because it could save your life. You could end up saving your life by showing a little self-control and a little patience. Because if you snap and explode on everybody, what if that person snap and kill you? Now your life is gone for what? That's why it's important. You got to have some kind of self-control. We can't always explode and snap and go off when things don't go our way. We can't get what we want how we want it. Or you feel like somebody did something to you. Every action has a reaction, and every action has consequences. There's something come behind that. Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Got to have patience. Can't get everything when you want it all the time. It ain't going to happen when you want it all the time. Matter of fact, you're going to go through a lot of stuff that ain't going to go your way. It just ain't going to work out for you. But that don't mean you get discouraged. Have some patience. That's how life is, folks. You take life one day at a time. You wake up another day and you try to make something happen. You try to see what you can get done in them 24 hours. But don't just let your life go by and go to waste. Always push yourself to the limit. It's a big world out here for us to explore. It's a lot of things we can do. It's a lot of different ways to bring in revenue. So don't put yourself in a box. Expand your mind. It's a lot of entrepreneurs now. So don't be afraid to take chances. Because sometimes you might fail. But then you can pull yourself back up. Just because you fall down, that means you have to stay there. You have to pull yourself back up, dust yourself off, and keep it pushing. Don't let that discourage you. Because most of the people that you see at the top, they done fail a couple of times. They done been through stuff. They done took losses. They done been through a whole bunch of bull crap to try to get to where they made it to. So life ain't always peaches and cream. Life is not perfect where everything just gonna always fall in place. We wish it was like that, but it don't work like that. You got to have patience when you're dealing with anything in life, with your kids, your occupation, when you're dealing with people in public, when you're driving on the road. Think about it. Everything you do every day is going to test your patience. Are you going to have patience to sit in this car and sit in this traffic? Are you going to have patience to stand in this line and buy this stuff that you're trying to buy? Or are you going to have patience with your child when they keep throwing a fit and rolling around on the ground and screaming? Think about it. You got to have patience. If not, you'll lose it. You're going to snap. You're going to fall off the deep end. Because we're going to let our emotions get the best of it. That's why it's important to have patience. Because if you have patience and you let everything just work itself out, it might just work out for the better. I always see the end of what's going on. So a lot of stuff that we deal with in life is going to test our patience. People are going to test your patience. They're going to keep poking at you. They're going to be talking about you. They're going to be trying to steal your man. They're going to be trying to steal your woman, your wife, your husband. They're going to talk about your mama, your daddy, your kid. All the things we do in life is going to test our patience. But you can always remain humble and don't fall for the trap. We don't have to go off and snap and act crazy. You just have to evaluate the situation, breathe, digest it, and then you acknowledge it and handle it. Because when we react just like that, most of the time you react out of anger, and that ain't the best thing. We don't say the best things when we're mad, when we're upset. Matter of fact, that's when we start to cussing and acting crazy, when we're mad. So a lot of times we react out of anger when we don't sit back and have a little patience and evaluate the situation first and figure out how to deal with it the best way. We don't do all that. We just straight react. We in go mode. We ready to crash out by what somebody said or what somebody else said about your child. But have patience, folks. Don't let nobody trick you out the streets and make you lose your freedom. It's a big world out here. You want to enjoy it. You don't want to do something crazy. Now you end up in jail and prison and somebody tell you where to sleep and eat and you're eating slop and they have to check you and look in your booty hole and all that. That's not life. You want to be able to be in this free world and enjoy God's green earth. But we got to have some patience because a lot of things is going to test us. The devil going to always see how patient you is. He's going to test you, see if you're going to crack or you're going to break. Just because things don't happen for you right now, have some patience. As time go on, you might see things start to get better. So don't fall in the devil's trap. He don't want you to have no patience. He wants you to just crash out. Don't fall for that, folks. No matter what you're dealing with in life, something's going to test your patience. You could be at work and the customer keep going off and calling you all type of names. You got to remain calm and humble. Because you know this is how I put my food on the table. Don't let nobody trick you out of your position. And because they keep poking at you. They want you to take the bait. They want you to crash out and act wild and act crazy. Because they want you to lose everything. They want you to throw everything you work for in the trash. So don't fall for that. Sometimes we got to take the high road. It's not what nobody say about you. It's what you answer to. They can call you every name in the book. You ain't got to answer to it. If it don't apply, you ain't got to answer to it. People can say whatever they want to say. They talked about everybody. They talked about Jesus Christ. Erica says true. So anybody can say whatever they want to say. You ain't got to acknowledge it. So don't crash out and throw your life away because somebody said something about you. Or they talked about your kids. They talked about your mama. So what? If they ain't try to kill them or harm them, you got to keep it trucking. If they ain't taking no food out of their mouth, keep it trucking. Don't worry about it. You're going to be dead and gone in the cemetery, and somebody's still going to be speaking on your name and talk about you. So what can you do about that? Nothing. You don't have to acknowledge it. You let people just run their trap and brush it off. You can't let words trick you out of your freedom, out of your position. Because people are trying to talk you off the edge. And we'll take the bait. Because a lot of us, we got short tempers. We ain't got no patience. We ready to go in. I know how I go. A lot of us, our temper is just short. We be ready to snap about what somebody done said or what they done spread it about you. But remember, they're going to talk about everybody. And they're going to talk about you when you're dead and gone. How many dead people right now in the cemetery that's dead and gone and somebody still talking about it? You got rappers speaking on the dead all the time in their raps and making fun of it. That's how this crazy world is. So don't let what nobody say get to you. Words are words. You know what you is. If it don't apply to you, don't accept it. That's simple. Don't worry about it. Brush it off. Because when you feed into it, now you're giving them the fuel that they want for that fire. They want you to take the bait. They want you to get out of character. They want you to act a fool. They want you to show your behind. So they can say, see, I told you they was crazy. I told you she wasn't like that. I told you he was this. So don't let nobody trick y'all out of your freedom and trick you telling you how to live your life. You live your life how you want to. Just be careful how you live it. Because remember, everything has consequences. The choices we make, all it takes is one bad decision and you can mess up your whole life. One bad mistake and you can throw your life away. So have patience. Understand that if you stay disciplined and you keep your faith, your blessings will come. Sooner or later, your blessings will come. Even if it don't happen overnight. Even if it take a few years, don't lose your faith. Keep pushing. Keep pushing yourself. Always believe in God. Always believe in yourself. Know that we all God's children and all got a gift. Everybody out there that's listening and watching, understand that you got a gift. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't nothing. You blessed with some kind of gift. It's just how you use it. Find your purpose in life. Got to have patience when it comes down to dealing with life, folks. Because a lot of stuff going to test your patience. People going to poke at you. You have to go to work, or you have your own business. Something going to come and test your patience. It's going to be some customer going to test your patience. When you're dealing with kids going to do stuff to get under your skin to test your patience. When you get in your car and go to the store or going wherever you're going, it might be an accident. So it might be a traffic jam. So guess what's going to get tested? Your patience. That's why it's important. We got to have some kind of patience, folks. Because when you act like you ain't got no patience and everything is in full speed ahead, that's when you crash out. Because now you're not making the right decisions. You're just reacting too fast. Your mind going every which way. You got all kind of confusion going on up here. Because you ain't got no patience. Understand that good things come to those who wait. That's what they always told me. Like you might feel like, I ain't find my husband yet. I ain't find my wife. Good things come to those who wait. You might feel like, ain't nothing good happen to me. I got bad luck. I can't never get no money. Have some patience. Texas Repo, what's up? I see you checking in. Appreciate you. If y'all just tuning in, man, tonight's topic, we talking about having patience. You got to have patience when you're living life. Everything ain't going to work when you want it to, how you want it to. It don't go your way all the time. We wish it did. We wish it was that easy, but life ain't that easy. So you're going to deal with a lot of stuff that's going to come along and test your patience. A lot of things going to test your faith, because life is a journey. Every day that you live is another step in that journey. You don't know which way it's going to turn. You don't know what to expect. So your patience will be tested. The thing is how you going to deal with it. When controversy and trouble comes your way, how do you handle it? When the devil come knocking at your door, how do you deal with it? Do you take the bait? Or do you remain humble and stay patient and wait for everything to change for the better? Do y'all get what I'm selling you tonight? Are you listening to what I'm telling you? Everything you do in life is going to take some patience. And people are going to test your patience. They're going to test you. They're going to try you. They're going to talk about you. They might try to take from you. Still. How are we going to deal with all these things that come our way? When the devil be testing y'all patience, how you going to deal with it? Are you going to let it get to you? Are you going to let it bring you down? Or are you going to let it make you lose your mind? Okay, Texas Repo, I see you. Texas Repo said he's working on the generator, getting ready for the hurricane season. I feel you, man. You got to stay safe out here. So y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there. Because you only get one life. You're not going to live forever. Enjoy it. Enjoy your life. Smile. Be happy. Don't wake up every day just mad at the world. You got some people just wake up every day just, what you mad about? You're living. You're happy. Smile. Don't take life for granted. You mess around and lose your life, then what? So every day you wake up, be happy. Consider yourself blessed. Go ride by the cemetery and look at all those tombstones that people ain't waking up no more. So consider yourself blessed. Life is too short to be walking around with all that anger and always mad all the time. You too grown for that. You got a lot of grown folks be walking around with attitude like they 9 and 8 years old. Knock it off. Understand life is too short to be playing. We ain't got time to play. This is not no PS5, folks. You can't hit no reset button and start your life over. You can't unplug it and then plug it back in. We only get one shot at this. One chance to live. So don't be afraid to live your life. But understand that a lot of things is going to test your patience. If you're trying to be successful, a lot of times success ain't coming overnight. Are you patient enough to wait for your chance and your time to shine? Or are you going to get discouraged because it ain't happening right now? Because you ain't got the patience to wait for your blessings to come. You want it ASAP. Tomorrow. Texas Repo says, I'm blessed. I own a home, truck, and a Harley. I pay my taxes and my children are grown. I feel you, brother. That sounds like blessings to me. What more can you ask for? If you do things the right way, your life will be a good thing and you'll enjoy it. So salute to Texas Repo. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. And everybody out there that's watching, try to use my podcast as motivation. I try to spread love and motivate everybody to just enjoy life and look out for each other. Don't be afraid to look out for your neighbor. Be that good friend when somebody needs. Every time you look around, it's always chaos and confusion when you jump on the internet. When you look at all them other podcasts, all they're doing is gossiping and talking about celebrities and who snitching, and who going to jail, who killing this, who sleeping with who. We need more positive things. Because while we wasting our time worrying about all that negativity, you gonna mess around and die. Now what? You don't waste all your time here on earth entertaining nonsense. So try to channel that energy in something positive, folks. Don't waste your time on negativity, on nonsense that ain't gonna bring nothing into your life but drama. Some people be asking for it. They jump on the internet and be hooping and hollering, doing all this cussing and talking about everybody, and then you wonder why you got to look over your shoulder when you leave the house. You got to watch what you say out your mouth. It's power in the tongue. You're going to speak your own downfall into existence. Yes, they say it's the First Amendment and you got the freedom of speech. But I'm telling you right now, you better watch what you say. A lot of people dead and gone because of words that done came out of their mouth. So yeah, anybody can say what they want. It's a freedom of speech. But watch what you say. You speak that nonsense, you speak that negativity in that word in the world, and all that energy gonna come right back to you. That's why you want to live your life in a positive way. Stay away from that drama. Stay away from nonsense that ain't better in your life. Life is already short. You ain't got time for that. Why waste your time and energy in something that's not gonna build you up or benefit you and your family and the people around you? Why entertain nonsense? Why entertain gossip? Everybody praying and benefiting on the next person's downfall. Soon as somebody else get in trouble, everybody put it on blast. And everybody jump on top and pile on. Sometimes you got to be that person to lift somebody up. What fun is it kicking somebody when they down? Is it a fair fight when the police handcuff you and slam you on the ground and be stumping and kicking you? That's not a fair fight, right? Because your arms is tied behind your back. So why kick somebody when they down? Texas Repo says you can't live in the past. You'll pull yourself in the hole. Well said. I tell people all the time, do not let your past dictate or ruin your future. A lot of people keep bringing their baggage when you got to leave it behind. So that's well said, Texas Repo. You got to let the past be the past. Whatever happened, you can't change it. All the mistakes that you did when you was younger, you can't go back and change it. All you can do is focus on the future. All the mistakes you made, you can try your best not to make them again. But you can't go back and change nothing. So that's a good point, Texas Repo. But the whole topic of tonight's show, y'all, is having patience. Because everything that you deal with in life is going to test your patience. Whether you at work, whether you at home, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids, they're going to test your patience. It's going to be one of them days you ain't going to feel like being bothered and everything going to get to you. And then you just snap and go to cussing everybody out. And everybody looking at you like, what's wrong with them? You just lost it. And we all have days like that where we just let it just go ham. Like I ain't with it today. Anybody can get it today. But we got to be careful of that. Because we be spazzing out. Then when you think about it later on, you be like, man, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't even said that. I took it too far. How many of y'all done did that? Because I know I have. I done snapped and I done went in. Then I thought about it. I said, man, I should have did all that. Because we be so emotional. We get caught up in our feelings and we just react off our first emotion. Not thinking and evaluating the situation. But make sure y'all check me out, man. Every Friday night, you can catch me on the radio on the block 105.3.com. You can catch this podcast every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, folks. And on socialradio.com. Make sure y'all log on, man, and tune in. I appreciate all the love and support because all we try to do is spread love and positivity to the whole world. We don't come on here to gossip and waste people's time. We try to talk about what's important. You got to have God in your life. You got to have a positive mind frame. You got to have morals and values that you live by. You got to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. It's easy for the devil to trick you. It's easy for you to take the bait if you don't stand on nothing. Texas Repo says, I do a lot of driving, a lot. I've become more patient lately. I said the same thing, Texas Repo, because I know me, what really hurt my nerves is traffic. When I be trying to get home or I'm trying to get somewhere and it's bumper to bumper, it makes my blood boil, and I have to learn to have patience. Because if I'm sitting up there weaving and all that, then what if I get in a bad car accident? Because I was in a rush. I didn't have no patience. We always trying to do everything in a rush. And we could be rushing our life away. That's why it's important for us to have some patience. So that's a good point, Texas Repo. And you know what I'm talking about. Because if you do a lot of driving, it ain't nothing like traffic. Traffic just get my blood boil. I'm telling y'all. I get agitated. I just want to float and get where I'm trying to go. A lot of times, it don't work like that, folks. And that's a good example of life. We want life to just float smooth. Sometimes it ain't gonna happen. Sometimes you're gonna hit a ditch. Sometimes you're gonna hit a wall. But you gotta be able to dust yourself off and keep it pushing. Don't let nothing keep you down. It's one thing to fall down, but it's another thing to stay down. When you stay down, that means you're giving up. You got no more hope. So if you fall down, get back up. Don't stay there. Don't be afraid to fail. We all fall. Sometimes we're not going to win in everything that we do. And if you make mistakes, learn from them. Learn from your mistakes. Only a fool will keep repeating the same mistakes and not learning. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Just remember, everything that you deal with in life, in some form or another, is going to test our patience. Your occupation, your kids, your spouse. Just going to the grocery store. You know you got to have patience when Black Friday hit. When everybody in the stores going crazy and the lines wrapped around the corner. You got to have some patience. When you're going out there Christmas shopping and them lines wrapped around the corner, you got to have some patience. Texas Repo, I appreciate the love, brother. Make sure you stay safe. Make sure you keep checking in. All I ask y'all to do is keep spreading the word. Tell everybody you know about the Foolish Show podcast and let them jump in the live chat and speak their mind. We talk about real stuff on here. I try to feed your mind, body, and soul. When you leave here, you're going to be full of some soul food because I'm going to touch your soul. Try to make you use your mind. It's not about clickbait, getting views, getting y'all money. We trying to push an agenda. And that agenda is spread love. It don't cost a dime to spread love, to help somebody, to be positive, to motivate. It don't cost 1 penny, not $1, to be positive. Texas Repo says, I'll see you next time. You're a great speaker. I appreciate you, Texas Repo. I appreciate the support. Stay safe. But y'all remember, tonight's podcast and the main point and the main topic, having patience. A lot of things you do in life is going to test your patience. We be wanting what we want all the time when we want it. And we want it right then and there. Give it to me right now. Give it. I need it. Give me. But we got to learn to have patience, folks. Some things ain't going to work on our time. Some things don't work on our clock. It takes time and patience. So if you sit back and relax, keep living life, keep a positive mind frame, keep doing positive things, you will see how many good blessings come your way. You will see with all that patience that you showed, how it came back to benefit you, and now you reap the benefits of being patient and waiting your turn, waiting for your blessings, being grateful for when you get it, being appreciative, staying humble. Don't never get too full of yourself. You're only a human being. Ain't nobody on this earth is Jesus Christ or God. The Bible says when we die, our bodies return back to the earth in dust. We all nothing but dust. Understand who's in charge and who has all the power. And that's God Almighty. Put God first. Stay positive. Have some patience. And maybe things will work out for you. You'll see things start to go your way. Always stay focused on whatever you're trying to do in life. Don't let the devil pull you in and trick you. Don't fall for that trap, folks. Stay focused. Stay motivated. Stay blessed. I appreciate everybody, man. Make sure y'all place y'all order. If y'all want official Foolish Podcast. As you see, I'm wearing it right now. The official Foolish Show Podcast. Go to teespring.com, Reality Creator, and you can see all our merchandise, man. We got t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, snapbacks, joggers, you name it, we got it. Place your order, y'all. Stay safe. I appreciate the love, everybody. See y'all next time.